speaker. Her name is Tiffany DeVager. She's going by Marline Massasoit today. And she has her own business called NTP. It's National Theatrical Productions. So she's a teacher, a playwright. What else are you? Some of everything. Model. Right, model. Yeah, you name it, she does it. Yeah. So
I'm sorry, I told you to do it. No, no. You wanna
Miss Michigan.
Yes. Can we get that? Can we get that wave? Yes.
I'm going all day.
Yes.
what's wrong?
Now he just wanna.
So in continuing with our theme about goals, she's going to speak to us on how to set your goals and how to accomplish your goals and keep your goals. So without further ado, we have Miss Marline Massasoit.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I feel so blessed to be here. Y'all are an amazing group of women. I mean, I am having such a good time. So I feel right at home.
That's right.
So again, I go by Marline Massasoit because one big thing I like to tell people right away is that you have a name that you go by. That's your birth name and so forth. But as you go into business, as you create an entity, as you create a vision or a vehicle for yourself, you want to be able to step out of who you are on a regular day-to-day basis and step into that business world. Because that business world is very rough and it's very, you got to have like protection around you when you step into that business world because you're going to be dealing with a whole lot. So it's good not to get discouraged when you are dealing with whatever it is that you're dealing with. So me being an actress, being a model and so forth, it's very important that people understand who I am as an individual. But then, when I mean business, I mean business. So that's why my birth name is Tiffany. My middle name is Marline. So when I go into business, that's when you hear the Marline Massasoit. The Massasoit is the street I grew up on in Chicago. So that's why you'll hear that a lot. And it's to protect all of my different works. Because again, when you get out here, people are going to watch what it is that you do. Some people are going to steal what it is that you do. So my name has actually been, the name I used to go by, it actually was stolen by an individual. And so I create stage plays and so forth. And that individual did the plays underneath my name and people thought it was me. And so I had to make sure I hurried up and change my name and how I present myself so that when I do it, your name has to be so unique, your business name and so forth has to be so unique that if somebody even tried to steal it, they'd be like, wait a minute, I know where that came from. So that's why, because a lot of people, you know, just being in here in Pontiac, they know me not just through the modeling, the stage plays, they also know me from the school district. So I can relate to that. I was teaching in Pontiac for 13 years. So a lot of the kids grew up knowing who I was. They said, that's Miss Tiffany. You know, so just again, that's why you have that different transition. So I'm going to briefly tell you about my company, NTP, National Theatrical Productions. It's a theater company. I'm going to pass out a few visuals for you guys. We were based out of Waterford, Michigan. We were actually Pontiac and Waterford. We started in Pontiac and Chicago, and we had a branch in Chicago as well as a branch here in Pontiac. And so this will show you some. You're welcome. Some of you who we work with, you're welcome. We work with quite a few you teenagers. You're welcome. You're welcome. A few more within the community, and they learned quite a bit. So NTP again is National Theatrical Productions, theater company, traveling theater company. So it's going to show you all the different visuals of these. Okay. Yes. How are you? Good. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So that's what NTP stands for. So the first thing you want to do in creating a goal and creating what it is that you want to do is, again, I'm going to stress this, write it down first. It's not even a vision. It's not even a goal. It's not even what you want to do until you write it down first. So that's the first thing you want to do. Write it down. All right? Because if you say, oh, this is what I want to do, you keep talking about it. It's good to talk about it daily, but until you write it down, it is null void. It does not exist. Okay? So that's the first thing you want to do. All right, so now, within that entity of things that came to us as far as vision-wise, comedy came out of the stage play. So we have a company called Comedy at the Crib as well, whereas we go into individuals' homes and do sketch comedy. So off of your vision, there are going to be other small visions that come along with it.
Right.
Always keep a notepad, a pen, and a recorder. I heard her say it as well, that recorder, because you want to jot these things down right away. Because when God gives you something, He can give it and He can take it away. All right? So you got to always do that. So our father, he studied psychology as well as he was assistant minister in Chicago, and he ministered for so many years in Chicago. And so one of the biggest things he would always tell us is you got to write things down, mark it off, and say it again. Yes, the scripture as well. Exactly. Yes, and make it plain, make it clear so that you can understand it. And if somebody picked it up, they can understand it too. So I'm going to talk about people that are assigned to you as well, because those different individuals can help you as well. But I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So with Comedy at the Crib, we actually have a personal relationship with people where we go into your homes and do sketch comedy. So, and it's an opportunity for just individuals to have a platform right into your home, as well as a connection with individuals. So one of the biggest things people could connect to, regardless of age, gender, wherever you came from, is through food. So the beauty of what it is that you guys do, chat and chew. Yeah. So you're chatting about things. Communication is number one, what we need to have, as well as experience a meal. When you experience a meal with other individuals, you can connect in no other form, shape, fashion through food, enjoying food, tasting food. That's why people pride themselves in eating, in tasting, and experience in what it is that you have prepared. So that right there is a beautiful thing. So like chat and chew. Wow. Sharing the meal as well as communicate. So now learning how to communicate with people. So everybody communicates in a different shape, form, and fashion. So when you learn how to communicate with somebody, that's what the goal is. Like yesterday, I was at a track meet for my daughter, her national track meet. So one of the coaches was saying that, wow, it's so hard dealing with these young ladies. Because he was trying to get the young ladies to do certain things on the track, and they just had attitudes and everything. So learning how to communicate with the young ladies. What I do with the young ladies when I'm teaching them and so forth, because I'm still teaching right now, 9th grade in biology and algebra. I pull them off to the side. I don't embarrass them, because you don't want to embarrass somebody, you know, in front of their peers and so forth. Say, come on, step outside for me. So when they step outside, then I explain to them, you need to X, Y, and Z, and then that way we can do A, B, and C. You know, but you got to X, Y, and Z first. You got to do that first, and then we can go back to what the core is. And then from there, they're like, oh, okay, I get it. So it's finding different ways of communicating with someone so that they can understand what it is that you're trying to say. Okay? So one big thing that it is that I'm doing this summer as far as my travels, and like I said, anybody can travel. You can have $10, $15 in your pocket right now, and you can jump on a bus and go somewhere.
I'm ready.
Period.
I'm ready.
When I found out about that mega bus,
Road trip.
I'm telling you, it's been changing my life.
And it's called what?
It's called the mega bus. MEGA
Yeah.
bus. That's that big yellow and blue bus, and it says for $1. It says for $1 you can travel on the side of the bus. Y'all probably have seen it before. It says travel for $1 because sometimes you can't get trips for $1. And I would advise you just to book as many trips as you can book. So yeah.
Now you're coming back the same way?
Yes, I'm coming back the same way.
With $1 out.
Yes, but the $1 is hard to find, but you can find it. I normally travel for $10 to $15.
Now you go online?
Yes, you go online. It's right online. Say it again. Atlanta, yes. You have to go to Chicago first. You said Atlanta, they go there as well. But see, sometimes it's multiple buses you have to take because you got to find out where the hub is at. So Chicago is one of the major hubs, and Atlanta is one of the major hubs. So, but last year we went to Chicago, then we went to Atlanta, then we went to Florida, then we went to Washington D.C., then we went to New York, and then we had to do those buses back. So myself and my children. So that's what we did, and we had a great time. We was traveling for 6 weeks throughout the summer. Whenever summer hits, I take my children, we go. Because that's when I got my break.
That's
right.
So when we out of school, I get to take my kids and we go. So it's good to travel and experience the world. So many people put their money into a pair of shoes, or they put their money into a lottery ticket, or they put their money into things that they don't see a return out of right away. You got to put your money into something that you can see a return out of right away. And traveling and experience is one of those things. My parents, I had to convince them to take the bus. I was like, oh, we getting old up in age. I said, Ma, y'all just jump on the bus and go. I said, we got this from y'all. My parents used to travel with us all the time. So it's like, wait a minute, y'all did this to us. So now, sit back and relax and let the bus driver drive you. And they finally did it. They finally did it. My mom was like, ooh, that was a good trip. Oh, that's such a good time. Time to relax. I'm like, yeah, I bet. So you
Born in Detroit.
in Detroit, yes. Born in Detroit, right by Wayne State.
Okay.
Right by Wayne State, and then you go from there. So, and you can take a bus, or one bag, and then a carry-on bag. You take food and everything on there. It's like a coach bus. It's like a regular coach. People are like, is this bus broke down? Is it? No, it's not. It's like a regular coach bus. Yes.
Girl, you done made my day. What my baby say, I'm gonna travel all over the world. I receive that.
I'm telling you, it's nothing to it. So, I'm telling you. So now, next, again, we had a building, our building was called NTP Backstage, and we've always traveled with our building and showing different people ways of just experiencing your visions, your goals, and moving forward with it. But it's important to start where you are. I heard a lot of people saying they lost weight. So even if you lost 1 pound,
That's right.
that's part of your goal. If you lost 2 pounds, that's part of your goal. See, when you prepare,
If you lost that 30
if you that's an accomplishment, because some people can't even do that. So you got to remember, when you have a plate, when you prepare a plate, it has maybe 4 or 5 different things on it, right? You're not going to just swallow that plate in one go. You can't do that. You got to take step by step. I'm going to eat the carrots first. Then I'm going to eat the mashed potatoes. Then I'm going to eat the spaghetti. And then I'm going to have my meats. Okay, you're doing it little by little. So now we're going to talk about working backwards. So in 5 years, I want to be able to get to Atlanta. Maybe some of you are thinking this. In 5 years, I want to be able to get to Atlanta. 5 years. Okay, what is it going to take me to get to Atlanta in 5 years? First and foremost, it's going to require a place to stay. I think my auntie lives there, so okay, I can stay with my auntie for the 2 days that I went. And it might take $50. So $50, okay. So 4 years from now, I need to have saved up $40. 3 years from now, I need to have saved up $30. 2 years, I gotta have saved up $20. Now that first year, I gotta at least save $10. Okay, so $10. So if I did about 75 cents per month, I can save up that $10. Okay, so now that first year, I got $10. The second year I have $20, the third year I have $30, the fourth year I have $40, that fifth year I'm ready to go to Atlanta. That's how you work.
That works.
Backwards. You figure out what is the end goal of where you're trying to get. What am I trying to do in 5 years? I'm trying to do 1, 2, 3. Oh, so if I work towards that 1, 2, 3 daily, in 5 years I'll have it. You can't gulp that whole plate up at one time. You have to work backwards. And as you're working backwards, that means you're moving forward towards the goal. All right? So again, 75 cents a month, I think we all can do that. 75 cents a month. You got to break everything down. So like she called me last year and said, hey, can you do this? Last year she called me for this day. That's how prepared they were for this. So prepared. She asked me, I said, okay, this next year. I wrote it down on my calendar. They've been communicating with me and making sure I knew, okay, it's this day. Okay, yeah, I am ready to make flyers, everything. Working towards it. She did little by little. Now we done got to the day. That's how you work backwards. She had to think. From that time she called me November or whenever it was last year. I just know that. So from that time she had to say, when do I have to do in in order to get her ready to come here. And so as y'all see, everybody's here, the food is prepared in the back, and that's how you work backwards, and then the end result is this now. So, okay, so remember that, working backwards. All right, so now, as you work backwards, it's like, okay, what is my SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis, S-W-O-T. I like to deal in acronyms all the time. The reason why I deal in that, because my memory is not as strong as it should be. Some people, I'm going to tell you right now, this young lady here, I can already tell she has a photogenic memory. I can already tell. I don't know where she went, but
She's coming back.
So, but I bet if I ask her, like, I bet you got a photographic memory. So, because when she looked at the paper first, and that's what a lot of us, when you look at it first, okay, I didn't see it, but I can tell that she had memorized that crossword puzzle, and then she, oh, I see, such now. Okay, so it's like everybody has a different memory. And it's okay if you don't have a strong memory. Because over the years, I had to figure out what is my strength. That's what S stands for. S for SWOT analysis stands for strengths. Strengths. Okay? What are your strengths? You want to put your strengths in front of everything else. My strengths. Because we all are good at something. Even if it's just